Hello everyone, this is Lydia and I have a card share today. So I created a card using Steampunk Marci. She's a La La Land craft stamp and I purchased her from Jamie's shop, not too shabby. I will add a link down below and it comes with 2 sentiments. And at first I thought I would paper piece her dress because it looks so intimidating to try to color. But Sharon, who's a little bit country one, hi Sharon, she suggested that I color her in chalks, which I never thought of doing that. And in my circle of crafty friends here on YouTube, I've never seen anyone color an image entirely in chalks. But I looked up some tutorials on YouTube and I found 2 that I watched. I didn't have the proper tool. I used some of these Q-tips. She used something called a Dove blender pen to get into the smaller areas, so I'm looking into picking that up. Or you can use the Q-tips. They have the little skinny tips, the sharp tips. You can use those for your coloring. I tried a brush, that didn't work, and I tried one of my makeup sponges, and that didn't work out either. So she turned out really cute. The chalks that I used were Pastello colored paper chalk by Prang. I think my sister sent these to me. And I also used like a cheapy chalk kit that I had for the colors that I needed. The papers, I used Madeline because she went well with this color combination. And I used this floral one here, and then I used this one, like a stripe print. So those are the papers I used, and then I also used the Sizzix Alterations die. This is Gadget gears, and I cut the gears from the flower prints. I also used the Sizzix die. It's Doily and Doily border. It comes with a border. I really like the shape of this. There's the number. And I just picked this up at Hobby Lobby 2 days ago. Paper Studio is on sale 50% off, and this is the small gears. I have the larger ones. I love embossing folders. And then for my stamp, Be Unique, and this is from Inkadinkado, and I received this from Carmen, Maxnana 2012. Thanks, Carmen. So let me show you my card. She turned out really cute. So my base is 5.5 square, and I used craft cardstock in the background. So I layered some white paper, and then I have the Prima Madeline. Here's the smaller of the gears. And I have a Tim Holtz gear and a paper flower for my stash, and I added a button. And then right here you can see I embossed with the Deer's embossing folder, the gears. I embossed the die cut piece, the doily, that turned out really pretty. It gives it a nice texture. And then here I have the stamp, Be Unique. This is a tiny, got Prima flowers, and I just layered 2 of them together and inked them and added a tiny pearl. There's another tiny gear here that Carmen sent me. Martha Stewart butterfly punch out, of course, I love using those. This is the medium-sized gear from the dies, and then I have a green flower, some brown flowers that Wanda sent me, Boxy Bell, thanks Wanda, and another smaller Tim Holtz gear that I tucked in there. And then this is Marci done in chalks, and she turned out really, really, really cute. And I did do her skin in some Copics, and everything else is chalk. And then for the finer lines, the smaller little detail areas, I used some color pencil, but everything else is in chalk. So thanks Sharon for even mentioning that, because I really love this technique, and super easy. I mean, this was my first try. I thought she would wind up in the trash, so that's why I went with this color combination. And yeah, she turned out really beautiful, so I'm definitely using that technique again with the chalks. And this is the inside. I just layered white cardstock, brown cardstock, more paper from the Madeline collection, and then this is a Sizzix top note that my sister sent me, and I still have to date and add my information. So that's my Steampunk Marci card, ladies. She turned out so super cute. Thanks for watching, everyone. Post a comment if you wish. Have a fabulous day. Bye.